everybody, it's Sally from Sally Stampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you this quick and simple wedding or anniversary card, or engagement card, sorry. This day and age we're all so busy, and I myself have not known where the days are going just lately. I can't believe that we're virtually halfway through February, it's crazy. I thought, you know, people want quick and simple cards, but also handmade cards. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. And as you can see, I've just die cut these hearts in the background and then just heat embossed my sentiment on. And like I said, I think that is quite a lovely, simple card. So I'll show you how to do it. So I have here my Sahara Sand base, my layer of gold foil sheet, some vanilla this time as opposed to Whisper White, and the size of heart that I've used, I've got 8 of the hearts already die cut out, so don't worry, you're not going to have to sit and watch me die cut all of those. So before we start anything, I want to die cut my heart layer. So the back heart layer here is actually die cut out of this sheet before I stick it on. So I'm going to bring in my very dirty Big Shot that I promise I will try and clean today at some point. Again, as I said, just life so busy. So I'm going to put my heart on this way just because it's a bit more room. If you put it on that way, it is quite a lot wider, and then you might struggle to it being seen on the side. So I'm going to stick it this way. It doesn't have to be central or straight, etc., but you just need to make sure you're giving yourself enough room for your layer. And again, it's not a new trick, but it does enable you to utilise more of your foil sheets. As you know, we only get 2 in a pack. Yes, they are 12 by 12 inches, and they do go quite a long way if you use them sparingly. Obviously, this is a sparingly way of using them, I guess. So I'm going to pop those to one side just for the moment with my card base. So I want to come in with my hearts and my base. So to start off with, when I first went through the pattern of doing this, you kind of have to, you don't want to start top corner, because then it sort of looks like it's going to look lopsided. So I simply started by turning 2 centre ones the wrong way and sort of making sure they're relatively central, and then I popped my top and bottom in place, and then I just filled in the gaps. So basically I did that, and then I just adhered them quite simply. So take those 2 off and again just simply using my snail. And I did try and line it up. So the first one I did, actually I found the easiest way was to just eyeball the centre, which I did quite happily, which I think looks maybe a shimmy over that way. Oops. But yes, I'm quite happy with that one. And then once he was in place, I made sure that I put the point on my grid paper and made sure that my sides were equal, so that when I come to put my second heart on, I knew that it would be relatively straight and in the right place. And that looks pretty good. Top that up a little bit. So that's that. You will notice that you get these little shreddy bits here, and they're just off the die cut and they soon brush off. If you need to, you can just go around them with your nail and just very gently pick them off if you think they look a little bit of a mess. So then my 2 central upside down ones, I'm just going to pop on. And again, this was a sort of an eyeball, not wanting to overlap the centre there, and then making sure that my gaps looked fairly equal. So I'm happy with that one. If you need to, you can use your silicone mat underneath to stop your heart sticking or your snail sticking, because obviously when you're doing this you put snail all the way to the edge, and then you're not sure if you've got it stuck onto the grid paper or not. I'm not too worried about them looking great, because obviously this big heart hides most of the mess anyway. So that's that one. Now my top two up here are just the corners, so I just use one heart for this. So I'm again just popping some adhesive on, making sure that I'm happy with the lining and the spacing. And then I'm actually going to cut this one off, and while I'm here I may as well do that piece. So that heart now we'll use on the opposite side, so I can use this one to fill in this side, and again just checking my spacings against all of the other ones. And once that one's on, we'll trim this down, and you're just going along the edge of your card layer. So that's those done. And then again the same principle applies to this one. So again we're just going to go and do the heart edges. That one's got some of the dye on them. So again just popping this one, making sure that my spacing's right. Pop that one on and trim it. And again using the other side on this one. So again checking the spacings and the lining. Oh, he's not very straight, is he? Let's try that one again. That's better. In fact, I think it's probably just the same, but never mind. Trim that one off. And then the last two are for the bottom here. And yes, I did notice when I did the other one that they're not actually quite central because they don't sit on the corners together. But again, it's entirely up to you. You can do them however you wish. So that's my first one that I'm just going to pop on there, and then the second one, which again just checking the spacing and the lining, and actually that's not bad because they're close together. And then you just cut these ones off as well. Just trim that edge there, and there you have your base. So it's almost like using your own embossing folder, if you like, or creating your own embossing folder with doing it like this. So we now need to adhere this onto our gold sheet. So back with my snail. Oops, stuck to me. And I am going to go down the centre just because I need a little bit extra adhering for there. And so just again lining this one up, and then I'm going to use some of the lovely metallic edged gold ribbon, and then I'm actually going to use my fuse for this one just because I want it to hold my ribbon in place. And I'm just going to add a bit across the top, just some extra adhering there. And then if you use your silicone mat, you can rest your card base on while you line your ribbon up. So I'm quite happy for it to go like that, just there. So let's tuck that first end in, and then I can straighten the rest of it up. Oh, fabulous, that's my house phone ringing. So there's my ribbon added, and then obviously I can add this to my card base. Thankfully the dogs don't bark at the phone ringing. So I've obviously got my layer ready there. So all I need to do now is to stamp my image, which I'm using from Born to Be Loved, So Happy For You, and it's just a very simple sentiment. So I'm just going to use my embossing buddy there, my Versamark, to get my stamp nice and juicy. And then give that a stamp. And then my gold embossing powder. I do love how the gold looks on vanilla. I think it just makes it look so pretty. I like it on the white too, but I do love the gold. And then we're going to heat it up. My heat tool seems to have got caught up on something, so I can actually only get it that far, which is okay because I don't need it to go any further, but we'll have to sort it out because that's just not any good. No room. So just obviously heating it up, waiting for it to change, and it doesn't generally take long. There we go, it's starting to take there. And just heat it all up, and obviously, as you know, all of these products are available in the spring summer, in the annual catalogue. Actually, I've not used anything out of the spring summer for this one, which is amazing. But then we do have so many beautiful products in the annual catalogue that it would be a shame not to use those too. So just get rid of all that powder. Just give this just a minute. I've just checked there, the S hasn't quite taken in that corner. Let's just give it a little blast. There we go. I just noticed that it wasn't quite smooth and shiny, so it needed a little blast. So back in with your Big Shot, and then we're just going to die cut our heart sentiment out. And obviously, because I've heated it, the paper is a little bit uneven, but as long as when you put your sandwich on top it doesn't move and it keeps you in that shape, then that's fine. So take that out, move that. Oops, bang my head on the tripod, get rid of that. So there's our little sentiment, which we're now going to pop onto our heart here. And again, this is just a case of lining up the top and the bottom, which is perfect. And then last but not least, I want to add some dimensionals on the back. And I generally put one in the corner of each heart, one in the bottom corner, and then, oops, that one's stuck, and then a couple just to sort of try and sit on the ribbon to hold it down and in place. And that's it. So for the Whisper White one, I've used the 1/8 of an inch gold ribbon around the centre, because obviously that one was white, and it has a sort of a white edge to it. And for this one, I've used the metallic edge ribbon, which obviously is vanilla, just so you can see the difference really. And then again, as I said, you just pop your sentiment on, just check that your, oops, goodness, come here. Just check that you've got equal spacing at the sides of your heart, so that you're happy with where it goes. And that looks okay to me. And there is your finished card. So what did that take me? 14 minutes with a little bit of waffling, so probably even less. You could probably do it in 10 minutes, give or take, because you have to die cut these cards out. But I think they're lovely. I think they make great cards for people, and like I said, quick and easy. I think I prefer the white. Actually, I think the white's my favourite. But quick and simple, and hopefully easy to replicate. Hope you guys all have a great day, and I hope to see you all again soon. Bye!